What up everybody, it's BBKDRAGOON, and Crucible finally feels like Crucible again. I'm having fun in Destiny PvP. After a full week on 2502, I think we're finally seeing those primary fights and some of the feelings that made year one so special for this game. During PvP, I also got Moon Glow for the Hawkmoon, which in my opinion, coolest ornament in the game. When you get the Luck in the Chamber proc, look at the little gold leaves on the barrel. They actually flame up. That is so sweet. And it's fun to actually use some of these exotic weapons that have cool ornaments because, quite frankly, most of them have lost a lot of their flavor over the last year and a half. Since patch 2.0, the game has felt a lot more sterile. Oh, look at this, by the way. I'm getting one-shot, two-shot, flipped, boom! The Voop, the turn Voop is so good. I've been using a bunch of Saladin's Vigil and playing Sunsinger. I haven't played Sunsinger in like a year. What a fun, like, subclass if you haven't been playing it in a while. It's great to pull out. But since 2.0, I really feel like Destiny became so much more sterile, and what I mean by that is like raid weapons lost so much of their personality as they got nerfed across the board. Most of the exotics became so stinking average that they weren't coveted anymore. People didn't want to grind for them, and they weren't used left and right. Back in year one, you grinded your Nightfalls at a chance for some of those exotics, and when you got them, they had personality flavor, and a lot of them were contenders in the Crucible. And over the last year and a half, nerfed all sorts of different things, and it made the game what it was prior to 2502, the best guns being the Matador 64. And yeah, I know we've exchanged the Matador 64 for sidearms, most notably Wormwoods, but I would much rather go up against players who are maining their sidearms than those who are maining their shotguns. It's a lot easier to deal with, and you still get the chance for a gunfight. Like at a range like this, I'm going to beat a sidearm, even the Wormwood, most of the time. The thing I really want to point out is that right now, a lot of people are saying on Reddit, we need to nerf No Land Beyond and sidearms, because a lot of people are using those right now and pretty frustrating to play against. And no, do not do that. They have nerfed everything under the sun. They needed to buff some stuff over the last year and a half instead of nerfing things. Well, I want to encourage people, if there's a setup that frustrates you, the answer isn't always to nerf it, because it can lead to a very sterile, boring game. Whereas now I love 2502, and it's made Destiny PvP fun for me again because it finally feels akin to year one, where you have powerful primary options that are good competitors to some of those really strong special weapons. But this is a cool transition point where I'm so stoked for Destiny 2 PvP. I mean, it's right around the corner later this year, and I guarantee you, Wyzanewski and the folks over at Bungie who are doing the balanced sandbox design for Destiny 2 PvP have learned a ton. They cannot look back at vanilla Destiny without seeing the over-nerfing of exotics and the stagnation of the sandbox to the point where primaries got so average. No reason specials became so dominant. They were ultra killing machines in combination with these rather average primary weapons. And that design team at Bungie can introduce all sorts of new weapons that have this unique personality in tandem while using the experience and the wisdom and the lessons from the stuff they learned in Destiny 1. Don't you remember in year one, that experience, that sense of discovery, going after that gun because it had a really cool perk, it was good here or there? Like, I remember my Vision of Confluence from Vault of Glass. That thing was a PvP legend. That weapon was so good. And I also remember, like, Hawkmoon originally, I wanted one because before I was on Planet Destiny making videos with it, I saw Patrick Casey using it in a bunch of the videos on there, and he's just getting these sick PvP clips. Those 2 taps when the Luck in the Chamber would proc, and it was like, oh my goodness, that's so, I mean, you could get the ultimate, like, 1 tap. That was very, very rare, but I remember wanting it, and since it was a PlayStation exclusive, never got it. When it finally came to Xbox, it was right around the time 2.0 came out, and then I never really got to experience the powerful Hawkmoon. But 2502 is a step in the right direction. It's not perfect, but it really brings back some of those year one feels. It's a whole lot more fun to play, and I love having primary gunfights. If you're not having fun, I definitely encourage you to try some new things, switch up your playstyles, new loadouts. Don't binge. I can't binge this game. I can't sit down and play like 3 hours. I can definitely sit down with friends and play for a couple of hours, though. I've also been playing Mayhem, which is a ton of fun. If you've not gone to that playlist, it's a super great way to let out some stress and just chill. And playing with friends obviously helps everything. So, I don't know, what are you guys thinking about patch 2502? Are you playing with the Hawkmoon? What do you think of that weapon? I know there's better hand cannons, but I'd just like to hear some feedback from you guys, because for me, it's been pretty good. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, and we'll see you next time.